Oh, hello, I'm Anuki. This is Anuki TV, and you're watching Company of Heroes. Oh yeah, the game has already started. We're not going to pause it, and we have some good manners from Rom Jim. Good luck and have fun. Game 2, smiley face. Isn't that nice? I'd rather see some more ferocious banter on this map, Rails of Metal 2v2. And let's go ahead and introduce these players as they get started already. 2 engineers from the player who is known as the dinosaur who took human form. Always wanted to do sort of like a wrestling introduction to the players and give them a bit more background to the players than necessary, so I guess we'll roll with that. And his teammate for today, the guy whose family was brutally misplaced by hamsters, Go AI Rainbow 6007, who interestingly enough has a weapon support center. So barracks, weapon support center, Go team. We'll see what they can do with that. Their opponents for today, however, on the opposite side of the map, where else would they be, is the super, hyper, ultra, extra, mega, extreme sergeants of all sergeants, don't shoot, which I believe stands for something which is a swear word, so we won't be repeating that. And his teammate for today is the guy who has a make-believe story that you wouldn't believe, Symbiosis. And they've both gone for the Vermont quarters at the start. Pretty standard start. No Pioneer spamming today. Motorcycle comes out versus a Jeep from Rom Jim. And I think I had a Rom game, a Rommy guy in the last game, so I believe that's a clan. But I keep adding Rom before the name, so maybe I should just call him Jim. But that seems like a fairly standard name. Unusual for people just to call themselves like Jim or their name. But, you know, who am I to say whose name is good and whose name is bad? Pioneers holding off this side of the map. They've rushed straight to the center, also backed up by a motorcycle. Symbiosis dealing with a heavy machine gun team which is hopping into the building. You can see that Rainbow Six moved into this building with his engineers to hold that down until the machine gun team arrived, but he hasn't capped that point. He's not getting the victory point, but it does mean he can have cover over on the center of the map. You can see the engineers already from the allied team moving in here, easily covered. Not much of a problem there. Unlike on the left hand side, it looks like we lost the Jeep. Oh no, the crew are nowhere to be seen, completely eviscerated. The motorcycle now, no, it returns back from whence it came, so the rifleman's coming up. A mortar comes out as well. Machine gun mortar. This is looking... I love early mortars. Harlequin loves early mortars, and we'll see why we love early mortars, because they bring in the early game explosions. Where is it going to land? We have motorcycle here, motorcycle here. Don't shoot. And Symbiosis liking their motorcycles. And now the rifleman from Jimmy. This is Jimmy. Moving into a machine gun fire, in fact spreading his engineers and riflemen out so they don't get caught in the cluster boogers. But now the riflemen moving close up. If you can just get behind that wall, they won't be pinned down at all because heavy cover stops you from being able to be suppressed. But the motorcycle is trying to nudge them out. Oh, get out of there, get out of there. But now we have a second machine gun team. Don't shoot, laying on the pressure, and that rifleman team from Jimmy gets the hell out of there, but they are backed up by a secondary rifleman team, already taken one casualty, but they're doing pretty well. Hitting up next to the cover so they cannot be suppressed. So much heavy cover at the start of this map. There's just heavy cover there, heavy cover there. It's a good map, it's very popular. Hello, medic station, very early medic station from Jim. Which is going to be awesome because it's already piling in the bodies. I think we have one body in there, second body coming. The earlier you get that out, the more efficient it is going to be over the entire of the game. This machine gun team realizes there's an enemy sniper on the field. There he is. Sniper prowling around. 2 kills already. But is it going to be effective against machine guns? Yes, it probably will. We need a Jeep for that. We need a sniper for that. But there's motorcycles on the field which can counter or get rid of the snipers. But whoa, motorcycle. You are risking it for a biscuit. Machine gun team retreats because of the sniper. Again, taking off another guy. And the motorcycle, yeah, I would be attacking that medic station. It's just something you really want to kill right now. Wasting 150 manpower. it would be an excellent takeout right now. We have a sniper for Rainbow Six. He's going to try and take out the enemy sniper with it, presumably. And he has so much bait on the field. These machine gun teams essentially just waiting to be sniped. So maybe a good counter snipe. We will see. We will have to wait. 2 rifleman squads holding up in the center. This victory point is now being challenged, threatening a free cap as the motorcycles look and watch as the Pioneers back away now. Hello, Volksgrenadiers. I like you. You are my favorite unit in the game. Why wouldn't you be? Maybe we'll see some MP40s. We didn't see that in the last game, strangely enough. No matter, because it was an excellent game. Can't argue with that. The sniper is now moving up to try and scout. We got a unit sniped over here. There it is. That's the location of the sniper. It is now getting hit by machine gun fire accidentally. And the machine gun is so close to dying. He does notice Rainbow Six is going to go ahead and retreat that. This right-hand side seems to mostly be dominantly controlled by the American forces. We've got another Jeep out here. It's a good choice, but that really needs to be lurking around where the sniper is. Not in the middle of the field where machine gun teams and other motorcycles are. The left-hand side is mainly controlled by the Axis. We swing our camera around here. The motorcycles no longer flash up behind the tree. I don't like that effect, by the way. I kind of wish I could turn that off. But I can understand that might be kind of difficult to see stuff behind trees. As the game was probably meant to be designed. In Men of War, for example, you don't have highlights unless you toggle it on. So quite often you can be surprisingly surprised by what lurks behind a bush. But anyway, the Jeep is making excellent use of its maneuverability, coming round to hit the machine gun team, supported with the rifles, who are almost dead. Dangerously dead. Oh, we have some fire runes here. Nice fire runes from Symbiosis in a good location. Most likely something is going to move up there and take that point at some time, some period of the map. The sniper manages to take out... Was that the sniper? It was. You can see his scope there on the rifle. Great play from Rainbow Six already, but on the left-hand side we've got more Pioneers moving up to take the point, and Riflemen from Rom Jim to try and prevent that from happening, taking cover behind the wing of the plane, which offers light cover. Not sure how it does that, but it's light cover that you shall use, regardless of what it looks like. Jeep doing rather well to not be dead at the moment. It could use some repairs, the mortars and the snipers and the machine guns with the riflemen. It's pretty good teamwork from Jim and Rainbow Six at the moment. They've managed to move up even further up on this side. Usually the battles take place around here on the map. More fire runes going up. That's good play, but why don't people... I would probably move that just up a little bit, because they'll swing around here, they'll keep close to the fence, go round, and most likely hit it there. Maybe there's some greater plan for that. Maybe he wants it to try and hit a vehicle instead. Double snipers from Rainbow Six, doing pretty well against that machine gun team. And the Vermont have their own medic station up. Zombie Grenadiers are ploughing the way. Not sure if it's called Zombie Grenadiers, by the way, anymore. There was a period of time in Company of Heroes where it was like, oh, the infamous Zombie Grenadier tactic. But I've not heard that term used since they sort of nerfed it. You now have to have 5 casualties put into the medic station in order to get the Grenadiers, but before it was 4 and it was really effective. So I really love that play. I love the whole reinforcements and the medic station and the replenishing of infantry in whatever shape or form. It looks like the motorcycles tried to prowl up a little bit, and again, they scouted the danger, and it was like, oh, it's too dangerous to go. No, I'm going to go anyway, and they did, and they just got taken out. And the second motorcycle doesn't seem to realise this. He's just trying to go in there and take whatever he can. Ultimately, that was just a failure. Why? What was the greater plan behind that? It definitely wasn't to take out the sniper. So, crazy, crazy times. Maybe they did get one sniper. It looks like they did. Was it worth it? I don't think it is. 2 motorcycles, 1 sniper. Ooh, that's a bad website to go to. Sniper, again, tried to take out this machine gun. Pretty much uncontested by motorcycles or enemy snipers now. It has free reign. The Pioneers, looks as if they were trying to get it revealed just so something could fire on it, but there's no infantry around here. really do anything like that. And this machine gun team is in critical danger. They're still reinforcing from the medic bunker, which means one of the players is defense. That might be Symbiosis because it is his bunker. Mortars are being plowed down, trying to get that sniper who's there now. Enemy, what's the mortar team? Wow, I'm forgetting things already. Returning fire, but remember the allied mortars don't have as much range. So, you know, if their mortar team can just back out a little bit, they can actually return fire. We have an early M8 from Jim now moving up into the field, upgrading most likely armor before it gets the machine gun on top, because that's the better choice. No point in having a machine gun if your M8 is dead. Again, a motorcycle moving in to try and take out these snipers. They're being extremely reckless. So reckless with these motorcycles. We've already seen, this is definitely the third one which has been lost. Come on, he's going to die. Whereas Rom Jim doing pretty well to keep his team alive. The first one he got not so good. I think we're going to see an extra rifleman team pop out here now. Go, little buddy! Yeah! Rifleman team leading the way, unlike Rangers. Are we going to see Rangers in this game? Don't know. We'll see. Usually in team games, people don't go the same doctrine choice. They like to mix it up, like airborne and infantry, or airborne and armor. Most likely we see one player go armor just to get the Calliope's out, because Calliope's are awesome. M8 sniping the machine gunner with its main gun. No machine gunner on the top, and wow, look at this. We have some barbed wire placed behind the heavy cover, denying that heavy cover. That's some great play. I didn't see that. That must have been placed very early on in the game when the German forces moved up into this sector, and they just took their time out just to place some barbed wire just behind it, and some more deadly magic on the ground. Got to be aware of that. Are we going to see any minesweepers up? Usually we see minesweepers appear after they've hit mines quite a few times.
Enemy unit. Enemy
unit. That's not a bad idea. You know, you no need to spend stuff on things if your opponent doesn't spend their stuff on things, which seems very vague. But what I mean is, some players don't put mines down, some players forget that they have mines down, and wow, this is looking great. Again, engineers with rifleman teams supporting. You can see these riflemen unable to get the heavy cover because of the barbed wire. But as I was saying, as I was not saying, because there's an invisible pack 38 on the field, I don't think they've realised that there. And the Nebel, which means we do have the Sturm Armory out, taking that early artillery. Not a bad choice with all the infantry on the field, mainly the static infantry like these machine gun teams, and the sniper, which is Vet 2, 13 kills already, taking out these bolts, which are almost dead. Are they going to take an extra casualty? They're definitely going to get away and be able to reinforce, but they do take that extra casualty, and it looks like the Jeep runs into the mine and the medic, and the medic's like, ah, Jeep, my body is made of steel, go away. I'm going to take this casualty and turn him into a veteran grenadier because I'm an awesome medic. Is the sniper gonna fire on him? No, but we do have double snipers yet again. Brand new sniper, brand new 1 kill. Is he going to go? Come on, you can make it. You can do it. You can do it. He did it. He did it, and that body disappeared there, which means he can't replenish it. But it was already dead anyway. Too bad you can't take up enemy soldiers and turn them into your own. Greyhound down from the Pack 38. Sneaky Pack 38. In fact, no, that wasn't the Pack 38. That seems way too far for the Pack 38. Maybe it was that. Maybe it was this. Can't really see. It must have been that, but it's so not looking in the right way, and it's so too far. Maybe it was a mine. Trying to do some awesome detective work is difficult in this game when you're not watching. Nebel's now firing on this mortar. You can see the scatter. Oh, takes a direct hit. And if they don't move out of there fast, no, it's way too late. Whoa, double mortar. There's a mortar there, a mortar there. What the bejeebies is going on with some sort of replicating, duplicating technology? Do the Allies have? They've not spent any points, or at least Rainbow Six, who we are perspectating, if it's a word. Ooh, hello, mines. No, never do this. Never, ever do this. I've seen so many Allied players do this, and then they call me a noob. I don't know why that always happens in games, but they call me a noob, and then they placed their vehicles on their own mines. Oh, it's awful, and you know what happens. We've got some excellent play here from Jim as he moves up into the building with his engineers, flamethrowers, just the general stuff around this area, and then moves out on the opposite side of the building, proceeds to flamethrowers. I don't know why he had to move around there. I don't think it was any choice of his own. I think it was the AI just doing that. He isn't going to take that with his engineers, because that means he would lose his engineer squad with the flamethrowers. 6 kills, 1 light vehicle kill. Hello. Such a great position for these flamethrowers. I wish they would flame that mortar team though, but they do have to retreat now as they are being returned flamethrowers and an extra pioneer squad and MP40s which are being sniped. Howitzer shoot is going down, but all the infantry managed to scatter just in the nick of time. And we have our Stug 4, which is critically almost dead, and its main gun is not operational, so that has to retreat even more, get that repaired. But all the engineers are up in action trying to take out the M157mm anti-tank gun, which gets mega fired. So we kind of have 1 for 1 as the Pak-38 and the AT gun from the Allies both go down, both unmanned, so they could be captured at any point in time. The snipers so far up being supported by the riflemen. The riflemen are just trying to take the brute force of the machine gun. The snipers now have to panic attack as a Puma comes in. Not the earliest of Pumas, it's 16 minutes into the game. The snipers just trying to crawl away, even though he's suppressed, he is still in stealth. And look at this, we just have like our own little safety zone. No vehicle going to come in here, no infantry going to come in here, but they is going to be prone to that Nebel fire, that artillery on the field. So, you know, retreating into a big giant blob, not the greatest ideas. When enemy has artillery, they definitely have sort of the artillery superiority at the moment with that Nebel on the field, which could just continuously fire. The riflemen pick up a machine gun. I suppose it's not because they want a machine gun, it's just denying their enemy a machine gun. You can see that Nebel is firing exactly where I would expect it to fire. There's just mortars here, there's AT guns, there's machine guns, there's more mortars, there's snipers, there's just everything in the centre of the map at the moment. Whereas the Germans, they seem to have 3 machine guns on this left-hand side, covering. It's a bit overprotective, I would say. The Stug, rather, not too repaired. We just lost one of the guys there. Oh no! Don't want to be losing guys. Guys is losing is bad. If something like that. Actually, wow, where is all the defense on this side of the map? Are we going to see any German forces attack this side of the map? It doesn't look like it. Remember the importance of just pressuring every single area of the map. Again, it applies very much in Men of War as it does in this game. In fact, I played Company of Heroes first, and I took a lot of what I learned from Company of Heroes into Men of War. And it is so important just to keep pressuring every part of the map, because, just look, there's nothing here. It's just free for the taking right now. And you're attacking the enemy where most of their forces are concentrated. You are taking the most difficult battle possible and just taking it head on. There's absolutely no need to it. I mean, if you can crush all this, it's great, you can. You're just doing a great job crushing his forces, but at the moment it's 2 victory points to 1. The Germans really need just to take 1 victory point, and that victory point is there for the taking. Just go and rob it, man. I love freebies. Hot flamethrower action with double riflemen. We do see that minesweeper go up for this guy. Feeling the threat of mines, fire runes out and about. Pack trying to run away. He's being chased down by the flamethrowers from Don't Shoot as he just burns them. Only 1 more casualty needed there. I don't know why the AT gun decided to stop. Run away! Get back here when I'm shooting at you. And the riflemen come in, saving the day. Great, the AT gun is going to make it out alive. Ooh, hello Calliope! A Rainbow Six now is the option to purchase one. Has he purchased one already? No, he hasn't, but I guess he's going to be saving up for that, because the Calliopes are the best thing in the game to ever happen in the history of the universe. And stuff like that. Ep.2 Sniper doing pretty well. 24 kills. Rainbow Six, you are doing an excellent job of microing him. And his buddy, his friend of the world, who has 12 kills. Rainbow Six, you are doing a really good job with those snipers, supporting your friend Rom Jim as he moves up with a rifleman. He's going to try and maybe get a sticky grenade on that as the artillery comes down on the Stug. The Puma seemed like it was a bit reluctant to cross that territory as the howitzer shoots were going down, but now they are stopping. Now they have stopped, rather. He can move in. Great timing there. Just great logical strategy, tactics. Not so much strategy, tactics is the word. You know, no need to run into artillery fire. Just wait for it to stop and then go through it. Our sniper was killed. Was it our good sniper? Let's find out where he is. No, it was actually an enemy sniper, I believe. We still have our 2 snipers here. In fact, no. It was 3 snipers. We saw a 3rd sniper come up. Oh, God. Eating the Nebels. Oh, the sky is falling and there's nothing they can do about it. That's a shame. But we do see a Sherman. Sherman in this game are actually not too bad. In Men of War, they suck. But I still like them. Shermans are just, they look awesome, but they are so cheap, so inefficient in Men of War. Wouldn't get them. We can see a half-track coming out, so we're going to see some good reinforcing half-track play. Maybe some base rushing, as so many people did. Oh, great. Grenadiers actually tripped a grenade on the AT gun, which means their armor is going to feel less pressure, but it's turning. What are you doing? Both armor are just having a back-to-back fight, which is just awful. It's taking increased damage from that Pack 38. All the way back there, sniper and pack combo. No infantry around here. There we go. There's the infantry moving up now as the Pack 38 wants to retreat. Double Pumas. Why do we have double Pumas, I say? I don't know. Maybe it's just because they feel more threatened by infantry than armor. But one Sherman should do pretty well against 2 Pumas. Calliope call down. Oh, God, no. It's looking good, but it's not hitting what they really want, which is the Stug and the 2 Pumas. That's the biggest threat on the field at the moment. The Nebels feeling pretty secure back here. Double Nebels. And maybe we're going to see this turned into a medic station. The other one got destroyed around about here earlier on. So, honestly, the Allies shouldn't have too much of a problem taking out the medic bunkers with their Calliopes, or at least keeping a lot of pressure on. The Germans, though, they really need to start taking these victory points. There's not too much of a lead for the Allies at the moment, but, you know, keep your eye on the ball. The objective of the game. M4 Sherman being repaired, that's a good idea. Again, we have a Vet.2 sniper. 15 kills for this one. Wasn't as good as the last one. He will go down as a hero, though. Looks like he's picking off the mortar team.
Enemy unit down.
There's nothing around here. In fact, there is stuff around here. Double grenadiers! I mispronounced that so horribly wrong, as I almost assumed that was Volksgrenadiers, and I was going to back myself up. But here we go. There's that mine that was placed super early in the game. It does eventually get its use. And only taking 1 casualty, though, as the Grenadiers split up and take 1 point. Whoa. Back up, soldiers. Don't take that point. You better go take that point as I just generally check around what's here. We do have machine gun opening fire on the Grenadiers, and here comes the Calliope. Oh man, you're roughly about 8 minutes too late. And sorry, if you just got here a little bit earlier, you would have easily taken that point. You could have just nebbled that building there. That would have got rid of the machine guns. But instead, you are increasingly upping your defenses in the center and the left-hand side of the map. You are doing a great job on this left, just holding that down. But that's not the point. You need 2 points to win this game. You can't win the game with 1 point unless you keep the other 2 points neutralized, which I have not seen. Here's this half-track from Jim. It does have guys loaded inside. You can see the machine gun on top, which only occurs if there is someone inside. Nebels landing down in this area. They must have seen the AT gun, and that's what they want to take out. We do have some observation points as well, as you can very well see. I don't have to point every little detail out to you, but if I didn't, then it would just be like 12 years of silence between every statement I say. So, you know, double Calliope, as you can see, again. Vet 1 for one of them. There goes the Calliope fire. Scattered Calliope fire. Firing on the empty pack. Are they going to reman now? I would highly recommend doing that. You can see these machine guns as well, also improved. Double packs. So much resources, so many freebies on the field, man. Take it and retreat it. Try and scatter them to get rid of the increased damage when a Calliope fires at you. You most likely will lose one, but you won't lose both. And that's mostly what I, sort of go by in this game. It's not so much doing everything perfectly. You can never do anything perfectly in this game. It's just trying to do the most effective damage on your opponent whilst doing minimal risk. You know, you will lose a pack, but you won't lose 2 packs. You can prevent the risk of doing that by just scattering them. That's how you have to play the game. At the moment, you can see these Calliope's, they're put together. You are increasing the chance that both of them take damage. If you scatter them, then you reduce that risk. You're getting more benefit, less risk. It's like essentially a health and safety risk. You just, you know, some things can be very dangerous. You're just trying to minimize the risk. So anyway, enough nagging for that. We have a big, massive anti-life cannon built. Not in the greatest positions because this will most likely block some of its shots. But it does have excellent view on all this side of the map. You can see the Calliope is already taking some fire, presumably from the flak. Packs lurking in the field. You can see just a cluster, Rooney, of stuff in the field. I wouldn't be surprised if we can hear the Calliope fire already. Pew 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 pew. Laser beams. Not doing too much damage to actually do these stugs, but you know, it did a little bit of damage. It was the greatest shot you could have taken. A second Calliope comes now, going on, maybe getting some good shots on this flak. No, but alright, let's see the damage on the tactical map. Not too much, really. The Stugs managed to back away out of that. Only one needs repairing. The Nebels are still up. The Nebels, another new Nebel coming in. The flak was fine. The machine gun team stayed alive, only barely. But some infantry losses, so actually not too bad for the Germans on that one. They got very lucky there. Sniper, a brand new sniper again. You can see Rom Jin predicting that that medic station would go down is already building a second one. Not getting any downtime with that medic station at all. Wow, excellent play. You can see, interesting to note that the casualties from the last medic station still resume even if you build a new medic station. Remember that, because that is awesome. So, you know, never a bad idea just to keep that medic station alive wherever possible. And they do have pretty good range as well, so it's not like you need to build them right up in your enemy's grill. You can have it hanging back, like just behind this building or back here. And any casualties you take defensively, you know, it's not a huge casualty because you'll be replenishing some of that back into new rifleman squads. Anyway, we have a Wolverine on the field. Wolverine's paper thin armor really have to be used very micro intensively to be effective. We're going to have to see if that's what it's going to do. You can also use them, they have pretty good long range, so keep them behind Shermans. Just try and let Shermans take the brute force of damage and have your Wolverines behind. And they work pretty well like that, but it is difficult to do. It does require a lot of micro-intensive APM actions per minute. MP40 Volks, it's awesome. I think actually they can do pretty well against riflemen so long as they're vetted up. And they honestly, in Company of Heroes Online, for example, they were so deadly. Oh god, don't run for your own Nebel. That's the fire burns. It's so hot. As the big armored division of Stugs and Stews. 2 Stugs, 1 Stew. Again, I can't help. I've not seen that video, by the way. I've heard about it. I'm never ever gonna see that video. But every time I see 2 and 1 thing, I can't help but think it. I imagine the same goes for you, and I'm pretty sure you being the sick person that you are, yeah, I'm looking at you, the viewer of Anuki TV. You most likely have seen it. Maybe you haven't, I don't know. I don't want to go there though. I want to get off that conversation right now as the Nebels land. The Stugs and Stews, big grouping again. You are asking for double Calliope. This is one of the few moments where scattered shots is probably not appropriate. Look at the damage. A Stug goes down, a Stew goes down, it crashes into the wooden building, which is just apparently not made of wood and some sort of reinforced titanium wood. Hybrid wood. So, I can't remember. I'm sure I was saying something important. These are getting repaired by the field repairs ability. Wow. That's not a bad choice. Vet-free Calliope with 18 kills, 1 light vehicle kill, and 2 armor kills. That was the one that got the deadly shots on the Stug and the Stew. The infantry now from the Allies are capping this area under fire from the Nebel. Nebels do make excellent suppressive weapons, even though it's scattered. Wow, look at that. That was actually almost near a squad wipe. Nebel, super effective for discouraging people from taking your point. That was great. And then, again, sorry to refer to Company of Heroes Online. I do realise that there's a lot of people that didn't like Company of Heroes Online. But, wow, Nebel got destroyed there. We still got one more, though. But in Company of Heroes Online, you could get that increased range ability for the Nebels, and they just fired so far away. It was stuff like that I really liked, even though it was unfair and overpowered, but you could still actually win the game with no upgrades or heroes at all. But, you know, obviously, a pro with upgrades is going to be a pro with no upgrades, but playing the game just from a fun point of perspective, it was pretty fun having all those upgrades. If only there was, whoa, what is going on here? Oh my god, I think that was some sort of rocket barrage, maybe a double rocket barrage. I'm not sure what the doctrine choices are for the enemy. There's definitely some defensive in there. But again, I need to get back to the swing of playing this game to relearn everything about it. But you don't need to know the game fully to enjoy it or enjoy watching it. In fact, I have met some people who have been watching my Men of War cast and have... They don't even know the game existed until they started watching it, and now they're watching the tournament. But yeah, just a sort of heads up, if you want to go ahead and watch the Men of War videos, I do have a tournament on the go at the moment for Men of War. Pretty interesting to watch, I would say, but obviously I would say it because I'm the bloody guy casting it. So many casualties, we've lost the German. Oh, I'm running out of breath. The Wolverines are just on a sliver of health, but they are being microed, which means they're... In fact, we're getting the, what's it called, Allied War Machine Dont. We're a little bit too late, though, as they didn't get the replenishment of the Sherman, but they do get 2 Wolverines back. And they inflicted quite a bit of damage before they died. They were on a minimal amount of health for a very long period of time. Infantry moving up on the left-hand side, but they are taking serious casualties. Only 2 guys left and 2 squads. Are they going to make it out alive? They're going to be protected by this howitzer shot here, trying to take out that machine gun. And there's a Nebel here as well, just in the shadows I hide. They do manage to get it with the howitzer shot. The bunker there as well doesn't seem to have any upgrades. Mega Wolverine action as they return to the field, full health. Flack, why aren't you manned? Why are you no manned? You should be manned right now. There should be guys at all hours of the day just hiding around nearby to be able to recrew it. What the hell kind of plan is this, Rainbow Six? This is the worst. In fact, you do manage to get a Stug out. I don't know if that's going to be worth it if you lose 2 Wolverines. I definitely don't think you're going to be taking out any of these. We have 2 Stews, actually. They aren't great effective against armor. You can see only 2 effectiveness against armor, but these Wolverines, these M10s aren't that good. What the hell? Why did you just go past? What the... You can see Vet2. Oh my... That's just crazy. How am I meant to commentate this when everyone's doing mental things? The Stews are just firing at close range. Don't believe they're doing damage to themselves, but... we saw the Stew tanks and the Stug just drive past it and not even turn. Remember that these don't have rotational turrets. They have to rotate their entire body to get a good shot. We're seeing so many Stugs and Stews. Stew, Stug, double Stew. Purging on the field should actually just obliterate all that of it. In team, or working alongside the AT gun rather. They should do pretty well against wiping that all out. We're going to see some mega explosions from the Stew though. Grenadiers moving up. No Panzerschrecks, interestingly enough. I've not seen a Panzerschreck in a very long time. They are supported by a sniper, which means they should easily take out the infantry on the field. Ranger squad, our very first Ranger squad, I believe. Pershing moving back to take out the Ostwind. Oh, the Ostwinds are just so hyper effective against the infantry, especially when they get very vet free. I'm going to take a drink now. Because this is another long game. We are 35 minutes into the game. Rangers moving up alongside the riflemen, alongside the engineers with flamethrowers. This is such a varied army. And variety is amazing. Vet 1 for the Flame Engineers. It's not often you see engineers get ranks up because they usually don't get kills. Or at least they don't get the killing shot. But Pershing and Wolverine team, not the greatest of teams I don't think, but the Pershing can definitely take a lot more damage than the Wolverine. Not sure of the range actually of the Wolverine compared to the Pershing. Anyway, let's take a drink of this as we just generally check what's out on the battlefield. Oh, set the Murloc. Again, just clustering, just blobbing, grouping. If the Allies could see that right now, they would calliope it, but not from this distance. Hello, White Repair. You have been over-repaired, but we do not have the over-repair ability. I remember what over-repair is. 24 kills for Vet 3. Easy, easy, easy. Does pretty well against the enemy. If it was just moving up, we need sight. Again, I mentioned that you should always poke around and find out what your enemy has. Again, more of these dangerous fire runes back here. There we go. Symbiosis finally realizing again that he should just probe this area. And oh god, this is going to be... In fact, no, there's a hole in the fence. Denied. Oh man. I suppose I should be happy that they're still alive, but on the... in fact, whoa, this is a bit of an over-response just as some grenadiers taking a point. Oh my god, 4 guys are taking the point. Quick, send the 2 double Wolverines and the 12 guys. Oh, no. But yeah, maybe get some mines more up here now. If we have the munitions, I don't think we have. They're probably saving munitions for other stuff now. Panthers on the field. Panthers are excellent. Oh god, I hate Panthers. I noticed that a lot of players that I've played against that use Panthers rarely use them inefficiently. I have no idea why. Sure, they are big meaty tanks, but you can't just run them in there willy-nilly. This is not so much of a good shot for the Calliope. Maybe we should have seen the cluster shot. You can see, look, a perfect target has come into view now. And because they've fired 2 Calliopes, they don't have Calliope discerned on that. I can't really say that I'm a pro or I can give pro tips, but something I really like to do, are we going to see a rocket barrage down here, is, you know, just because you're not using... Whoa, this is just fucking crazy. Just because you have a cooldown on your artillery doesn't mean you should fire it. Just wait for a good target before you fire it, but you know, the cooldowns are pretty good. We can see 3 Wolverines, a Pershing, all needing repair right now. Where are the engineers? Do your job! They took that job! There's no one taking jobs here. There's the engineers. Go on, move up, buddy. Even get your teammate. I often ask my teammates to repair my stuff if they have engineers around. There's usually, you know, a pretty decent amount of engineers on the field around in team games. Just usually not where you need it. Usually you might have your engineers out doing other jobs. Oh no, we lose a tank there from the Germans. Pershing's moving up, Wolverine's moving up, trying to get some good flank shots. I think the field repairs might have been a bit too early there. Not field repairs, Allied War Machine. But the Wolverines do get positioned behind the tank. They already lose 1. They already get nailed in the back by a Panther. This is some serious tank combat going on here. Artillery also coming down. This is proper artillery, not the Calliope artillery. There it is. The howitzer. I actually pinpointed that perfectly. Double howitzer shot. This is more like it. Straight on top of all the enemy armor, doing some pretty good damage, I think, there. Forcing a retreat from the tanks. Woohoo! Taking a hit, but doesn't seem like it actually had too much damage. Oh god, the Pioneer manages to actually survive that brute impact. Unlike this guy who won't be playing Game Boy for a while. It's dead. And now it looks like from that big bang attack that just the Allies are going to be able to move up pretty easily. They did lose this point at some point. I'm not sure how they did that, but they did somehow. Left hand side, not too concerned for the Allies at the moment. They are pressing up in this area now, but for the most part of the game it's been German controlled, and at the moment it's 422 points for the Allies, 194 for the Germans. They are very close to losing. They need to get back into this game by maybe taking this area, although as soon as they do, we do get a heavily armed response from all these guys. But, you know, maybe they could flank around with the armor and take out the colliders. That wouldn't be too bad. Again, not to be preaching, I don't know why. It's very easy for me to look at this battlefield and say, oh, they should do this, they should do this. But when you're in a game, you are shrouded by so much like misinformation on what the enemy has because you cannot see what they have. I mean, you believe, maybe from what the Germans see, that they have stuff all around this area because every time they come, they just send units from the middle and they return, you know, they calliope all this area. But as I was going to say, there are alternatives. You don't need to go up in that area and capture it. You could just run up into that zone and just completely ignore it, don't capture it, and just go around the back of them and hit them with Panthers before you take that zone. Thus you take out their defences and you get the surprise attack. So, especially with like the Pershing way up here, it will take a bit more time for it to respond, but I think it's way too late in the game now for them to be able to do that. It's a free cap for the Allies, they're doing pretty well. The Rangers and the Riflemen are retreating away from the Panther. The Panther is going to have a hard time breaking through all this anti-armor and anti-vehicle on the field. They are focusing their fire on the bunker and taking that down. We get a good game, well played from Symbiosis. Very good manners from all players. I'm not going to say that everyone should be a meanie to each other, but I really like the whole just general banter of being evil to each other. You know, like you're buddies with someone and you just casually insult them and be like, oh, you jackass, I will kill everything you own and rape your Panthers so easily. Aha, you can't, how did you destroy my Pershing? You cannot do that. It's impossible. But anyway, this game seems to continue for a while longer as Calliope is barraged down on this poor Ostwind. We could play better without the crash, though. Did somebody crash? Did somebody crash? I don't remember crashing. Anyway, the game surely has to end soon. There's literally no army left. The Pershing chased down a Panther. And, yeah, well, I think it was a good game. Congratulations to Rom Jim and Rainbow Six. You win this game. It is the second game of Company of Heroes I casted. I hope you have enjoyed to the maximum extent of which enjoyment can be felt for you. Anyway, once again, congratulations to the players. Thank you all for playing. I did just grab this replay off GameReplays.org. Now, we'll cut to some highlights, and I've got a few final words to say over all of this. It does, I don't want to sound adly gone, but it takes me a little bit longer to produce these videos with the whole multicam, and you know, it won't be a regular daily basis of which I produce these videos, but I will do them as often as I can. I do have other work to do. I've got music commissions, which I don't get paid for, but I try them anyway because I might get paid eventually. And I draw a little as well, so I have a lot to do, but feel free to exist and stuff. I am Anuki. Good night.